What's going on, guys? I'm Nate, that's Spidey.
Yo.
It's dark and spooky, and today we have the last video of Spooktober, otherwise known as October. Now, I thought the best way to end this glorious of spooks was to do a tier list, but not just any tier list or horror tier list, but more specifically, a horror villain tier list. Even more specifically, the horror villains that I think that I could beat up. Put into a tier list ranking from yes, I could beat them up to no chance I could beat them up. This scenario is fight to the death. It's pretty simple. So let's just get into it. Starting out with an easy one, we got Alien. He's ripping me a new one for real. Look at that thing. I'm looking at that thing. It's got no eyes, so I don't know what I'm looking at. And then it's got that thing that pops out of the back of its throat and just bites you. So I'm here, I'm in my stance. Look at me, like I'm intimidating. Clearly, I'm up here, 4 eyes, nice hat, headphones, because I dress like this all the time, even in public. I'm ready to fight, and then it just goes, and boom, that thing bites right through my forehead. I'm done. Annabelle, it's a doll. I would kick its ass. Like, it might have some type of telekinetic powers that could destroy me or hurt me. And yeah, that's kind of scary, but at the end of the day, it's a doll. All I gotta do is walk up, pop that head off, and look at it. It's an old-time doll, which tells me that it's probably made out of glass. It's a ceramic doll. Ceramic dolls don't scare me at all. My grandma's got a whole room of ceramic dolls that I used to have to walk by to get to the bathroom. You know how tough I am against ceramic dolls? I was ready to fight a ceramic doll at a drop of a pin. No chance this thing's beating me. So I see this thing staring at me. I see its eyes following me. Immediately, I'm not hesitating. That thing's popping off. I'm throwing it on the ground. It's glass. It's shattering. She's done. Simple. Next up, we got Candyman. Not saying his name again because I'm superstitious. He is going in the would kick my ass. I don't think he would kick my ass for real, because he you say his name 5 times and he comes out of anywhere. You don't know where he's coming. He can come right out your booty hole and you would be shocked. But the thing is, he is a grown man. He's a regular grown man. A lot of these people are just regular grown men. And the only thing he really has is the element of surprise and a hook. And, look at me. Obviously, I can take a grown man in a fight. But not a grown man with a hook who's got the element of surprise. He gets me one time with a good hit, I'm done. Dracula would kick my ass. He's a vampire. Yeah, I could get some stakes, maybe, get a good hit on him and he poofs away, but the man can turn into a bat. Vampires are notoriously fast. They're very strong and they can bite right through me. The only thing I have in terms of an advantage is hiding in my house, because vampires have to ask permission, and if he's a good vampire, he will ask permission. I will say no, and I will be locked in my house for all eternity, and that's honestly not a problem for me. I can just invite people over and I can order food off Whole Foods and find a job that's online. Not a big deal. Chucky, oh my god, bro, this one makes me so mad, because whenever I say, there are some people that acknowledge the truth that this is just a doll, and if you die to a doll, you are less than a human. And some people are like, oh, but it's got the strength of a serial killer. It is still a doll. It is still a plastic toy. Just because it has the soul of a serial killer does not mean it has the strength of a grown man who is a serial killer. It still has the proportional strength of a toy doll. Yeah, it could stab you and that would hurt maybe, but I don't think a doll is really piercing you with the knife. Movie stuff aside, realistically, I am beating the shit out of any toy. Mark my words.
Yeah, keep talking, little boy. See what happens when I come over there and smack you. Keep messing with me like that. Stupid.
You talking shit?
Oh man, I was just joking. Oh.
Frankenstein is a bunch of dudes' parts made up into one dude in total. He's got the wits of a peanut, and he is probably the most smooth-brained villain on this list. However, he is extremely strong, and he's about, what, 7 feet maybe? He's probably like a Yao Ming. But he's insanely dumb. I could probably lure him into a lake, and like, I don't think he can swim. I could lure him into any sort of like dangerous trap, you know, the middle of the street. He's not gonna look both ways. He's got doo-doo brain. I genuinely think I have a chance, but if he gets a hold on me, he's ripping my arms off and licking my face, because he's got no brain. He doesn't know what to do with his mouth. I don't even think he has to eat. But I will say, if I can outsmart him, chances are slim, I could probably beat him. That's why he goes in the might kick my ass category, because if he gets a hand on me, I'm done. Freddy Krueger's ripping me a new one. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, you could just not sleep. You know how hard it is to not sleep, fam? Like, I cannot go 24 hours without taking a nap. Like, not even taking a nap, just going to sleep. They're kind of the same thing, but like as soon as I close my eyes, even if I drift off for like a second and he just goes and pops in, he's coming out of my bed sheets with his sword hands, and he's cutting me up. He's cutting me up like a sausage. Like, there's no chance that I can beat this guy. It's not possible. A gremlin. You're not supposed to feed them after midnight. They pretty much become like, I don't know, hyperactive 3-year-olds with sharp teeth. They're really not a threat. I could step on them, pick them up, snap them in half. It's basically a Furby. You know what you do? You know, they turn evil. You wait until they turn soft and mushy, and then you grab a baseball bat, and boom, it pops like a gusher. Like, it's done. Like, no chance. Look at that look at its stupid face. Michael Myers is ripping me a new one. No matter how far away I get from this man, he will find me within the night. Not even the day. Within the night. As soon as that sun sets, he is finding me before the sun rises. I have no chance. I could go from Alaska to Guam and he is finding me. I'm not living. And if he wants you dead, you're going to die. I could run up, shoot him point blank right through that eye hole, and he's just gonna go boom, rip both of my arms off, or just go boom, and it's gonna be the nicest, like, clean cut you've ever seen in your life. You're gonna look at it and you're gonna be like, damn, that's gross, but like, that cut was clean. Like, come on. He's ripping me a new one, for real, like, no chance. Now, Hannibal Lecter, he's a smart guy, but at the same time, he's an older gentleman, and I could beat the shit out of an old guy. I wouldn't hesitate. If it was warranted, not just in general. I would need reason. But this dude, I have reason. You know, he's a weird guy. He's creepy. He kidnaps people and puts them in holes. He's getting this work. It's not even a question. You know, there is a chance he outsmarts me because he's a very smart guy. And, you know, I don't know what kind of old guy strength he has, but at the end of the day, he's an old guy. And I remain that I think I could beat the crap out of an older gentleman. Sorry. Next up, we got Pinhead from Hellraiser. He's ripping me a new one, for real. He can teleport, he's got super strength, and he's just all around intimidating. I would look at him, even if he could be a weak-ass little bitch boy. I'm looking at that dude with a bunch of pins sticking out of his head, a bunch of, like, deep lines, like, perfect squares. Like, that's precision. And I'm thinking, wow, this guy's gonna kill me. I don't have a chance. So, yeah, he's ripping me a new one. In the Invisible Man, I might kick his ass. Like, actually, no, it could go either way. He's an invisible guy, and an invisible guy has an advantage because he's invisible. You know the rules. If you're invisible, you have an advantage in a fight, obviously. However, if I got a can of paint or a Sharpie and I get him right in the right spot, I think I have an extremely good chance. I don't think he lifts. I don't think he does much. He's an invisible guy. He sneaks up on his victims and he can strangle them. That's all he has to do. If I nick him with a Sharpie and I'm like Harry Potter looking for that snitch, I can see that black little mark and I'm like, gotcha. And I keep aiming my fist at that black mark, and I am a very, very accurate. Look at this. You see how fast and accurate that was? That was precision. That was precision, that was accuracy, that was efficiency. And that's what that guy's gonna get. That's what that Sharpie mark is gonna get when I see it, and I'm just like, boom, he's done. I wouldn't want to fight me neither, you know? Jack Skellington. I'm annihilating him with extreme pressure. You've messed with Christmas. You gave Santa to the boogeyman. You're a piece of human waste. Look at those skinny bones. I could literally, just like that, like a pencil. He's a loser, and I'm beating the crap out of him with extreme prejudice. Yeah, come on now. Like, the only way I could possibly beat him is if I lived in the ocean for my entire life. Which is possible, but I would have to dock for fuel, food import, basic maintenance. And as soon as I dock, like, this dude, he can't swim, but he also can't die. So I'm docking, and as soon as I dock, he's hopping onto my boat, and I'm just gonna be, chilling in my yacht hot tub, and I'm just gonna hear, and he's just gonna, he's gonna kill me. I don't stand a chance. I'm killing that dude with extreme prejudice. There's, like, I did not see the movie with Chris Rock, but it is a little man on a tricycle. That's a toddler. That's literally a toddler. I can kick the shit out of a toddler with reason. And this dude has more than enough reason. Obviously, he's not a toddler. Most likely, he's just a dude with dwarfism. And, unfortunately, when it comes to serial killers, these fists just don't discriminate. Man, woman, child, dwarf, black, white, Asian. You're getting this work. I'm sorry. And that includes this stupid little dwarf man. I'm beating the crap out of him with extreme prejudice. Would I survive one of his traps? No, but this isn't what this is about. I'm not escaping his traps and then fighting him. We're in a ring. We're looking at each other, bare knuckle boxing to the death. Kind of, maybe. I don't know what the scenario is, but I'm not in one of his traps. I'm just gonna look at him and punch straight down, and he's just gonna be like, let's play a game. And I'm like, yeah, it's called catch. These hands, boom, done, game over. Children of the Corn. I say this one could go either way, because, hear me out, I assume the age of Children of the Corn goes until legal adults, maybe until you're not a teenager anymore. So, when it comes to that, ages 0 to, let's say, 13, I could take easily. I really like this one question. I've altered it over the years, but I like to ask my friends. It's you're in a gymnasium, like a middle school gymnasium. The bleachers are out, and you are just by yourself. All you got are your two fists. And every wave, you have waves. And it's 10 third graders, regular third graders. They're all normal third graders, and there's 10 of them. And you go round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4, round 5, and at the end of round 5, you fight a big third grader. I don't know, maybe he's like 4 or 5, between 4, 5, and 5 feet. I don't know how tall third graders are. And you have to fight him, and then after you fight him, the waves increase to 15. And I ask, how many waves do you think you could go? And there's a very simple strategy. They're third graders. Briskly walk. Grab the smallest third grader, use him as a nunchuck. It's pretty simple. Pin them against each other. Hit them in the head as hard as you can. They probably still got a soft spot. They're only 9. And when it comes to the Children of the Corn, that's the method I have with everybody up to the age of 13. And once they reach 14, that's when it gets difficult, because that's when you got people, from all ranges. There are some that I could beat the crap out of with the same efficiency that I could beat a 12-year-old out of, But there are some that are big, burly football players that I might not be able to take. So it could go either way if I get lucky. Obviously I'm carrying that one third grader around, still using him as a nunchuck on the bigger kids. That might be able to disorient them, especially if one of them, it turns out that the little kid is their little brother. Then I can use their trauma to the advantage. So that's why I think it could go either way. Man, I got a little too into that. Jesus. Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy. Honestly, I'm gonna put it at might kick my ass. I think it's borderline could go either way. Because again, it is a grown man. So if he gets a hand on me, he's killing me. And he's got a chainsaw. But when you look at him, he's wearing semi-formal attire. He's not wearing New Balances or Nike runners or anything. He's wearing dress shoes, khakis, a button-up plaid shirt, and then a mask that has holes this big. So that means everything in his peripheral vision, and even like the tops up here, he can't see that well. So if I can sneak up on him and get a good lick in with like a tree branch or a baseball bat, he's done. He's not making it out of there. But he's also carrying a chainsaw. You know how heavy a chainsaw is? Neither do I, but I assume it's pretty heavy. So he's swinging that thing around. He's got no peripheral vision, and he's in semi-formal dress attire. But if he nicks me with that chainsaw, obviously a limb or something is coming off. And once he hits me with that chainsaw, he's going to feel the fact that he hit me with the chainsaw, and he's going to be able to locate me. I can't let that happen. I got to dodge, I got to weave, and I got to hit him with blunt objects to throw him off. He's slower than me, he's got worse vision than me, but he's also stronger and got deadlier weapons than me. So honestly, I am going to put it in could go either way. I think that was a really good explanation. Probably wasn't, but it sounded good to me. Leprechaun. I would kick his ass. It's a leprechaun. Come on now. He's gross. He's a little gross, stupid little leprechaun. He's selfish, he's greedy, he's gross, and he's sneaky. And I don't like him. So it's another situation of refuse to lose. I don't have extreme prejudice against him, but I gotta do what I gotta do. Mummy. I'm kicking its ass with extreme prejudice. The thing with mummies they are just a dried up corpse. So a mummy has no like muscle. They might have tendons that are a little crispy because of the salt, and their skin is all like, again, crispy and crunchy. But let's just say I take the bandages off, and now he's just a corpse. Chances are he might disintegrate, like in those movies. But again, he's got no strength. He probably couldn't pick up a water bottle. There's no chance his hits are gonna hit me. And yeah, sure, maybe he can stun me with his eyes, but all I gotta do is not hit his eyes. There's no threat of him attacking me because he's got no muscles. So I really just kind of gotta swing blindly until I feel myself hit something. And then once I stop feeling a little weak, basically a child that's 6 feet tall attacking me, I know I've won. It's simple, and it makes me mad that people actually think they could lose to this thing. Pennywise. If we're going off the movies, I know he can transform and turn into a bunch of things, and in the final movie he turns into that big monster with the talons. And if he nicks me with one of those, I'm obviously out of commission, I'm done. However, he has the emotional strength of a toddler when you say they're stinky. They immediately throw a tantrum, and you pretty much won. So it's really not that hard. I can just go, yo mama, why your head so big, #Megamind, and he would shrivel up into a little baby. I step on his balls, I rip out his heart, and I just mush it in my hand a couple. I'd probably want to feel it a little bit, get the texture, and then I'd be like, all right, I'm done. And then I want to see how it pops, I'm a little quirky. I'm a little quirky like that. But yeah, no, this dude has no chance. I don't know how long that was zoomed out of, but I apologize. Anyway, Predator. I'm not as educated. I put him in the would kick my ass category because I genuinely do not know all of his powers. I know he has thermal vision and he's super strong and like fast and everything, but like other than that, I don't know. Obviously, he's kicking my ass. Like it's a foreign alien from outer space. It's nothing, it's really got no weaknesses. I just don't know if it would rip me a new one. That's pretty much the only argument I have. There's no chance. Ring Girl. I'm annihilating with extreme prejudice. It's a little girl. It's a little girl that's crawling out of your TV. If I see anything crawling out of my TV, I'm automatically going to hit it. Like, there's no chance I'm letting something crawl. I wouldn't risk it. There's no point in risking it. So if I see a little girl, I don't care if she's a little girl. I am kicking her teeth in while I have the chance, because I don't know how fast she is. I don't know what chance I have once she fully gets out of that TV. I'm taking my chance now, and I'm kicking her straight in the dome. Like, I don't care. And again, people are like, oh, but she does this. And I'm like, dude, she's a little girl. It is a child. It is a little tiny prepubescent child that was locked in a well, so she's also malnourished. That gives you every advantage in the book. I'm beating the crap out of this little girl, and there's nothing you can do about it. Because she's trying to kill me. Scream guy. He might kick my ass. You know, obviously, his stupid little game isn't working. He's gonna call me. He's gonna be like, wanna play a game? No. What's your name? Yo mama. You know, once he gets in the house, again, he's making the same mistake that Leatherface is making, in which he has a mask that is impairing his vision. Already, you know, he's got the peripheral vision, it's gone. But also, if you could see it, you can't see his eyes through it. So there's some type of thing over there. It's not a sunglass material because it's not reflective. So most likely it's like a piece of cloth with a bunch of holes poked in it. So again, yeah, if he sees me and he gets a good slash in, that's gonna hurt. But look at that. That's kind of a medium-sized knife. Like, it can do damage, but as long as I have decent enough reflexes, it's just gonna leave like a little cut, maybe a deep cut that might need stitches, but nothing too serious. So again, he cuts me, I move out of the way, he's gonna turn wildly to try and find me, and I'm taking that chance to, boom, crack him in the back of the head. You know, all's fair when somebody's trying to kill you. There is no such thing as a cheap shot when somebody's trying to murder you. Nut shots, shots in the boob, you know, the butthole, I don't know, the throat, like, all that's fair game. The kneecaps, like, that's prime real estate. This is just a regular dude. I get one good kick in, like, the back side of the knee. He's out of commission again. And then he's dropping the knife because he's going to be in writhing pain because I just destroyed his entire football career. And I'm taking that knife and I'm just, boom, you know? I think I could kick his ass. Again, he's a grown man, so I do give him that benefit. But other than that, I just don't see him having a chance. Slenderman. He's ripping me a new one for real, for real. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 12 limbs. That's 3 times as many as I have. And if you look at him, he like stuns you. You know, like in the video game, you just kind of like have to take it, you know? You just kind of have to let him just destroy you. So I gotta try and be Daredevil and close my eyes while this guy's got 3 times as many limbs as I have. And he doesn't have a mouth, he doesn't have eyes, so I can't hear him, you know, and he teleports all over the woods, so I can't hear him move, and he's still got the tentacles, so he technically doesn't even have to move to attack me. Why are my eyes still closed? He doesn't need to move to attack me because he's got the tentacles, so I stand no chance whatsoever. It's tough. Exorcist demon could go either way. The only reason it could go either way is because she is a demon, and you know, I do know a deacon. I could shoot him an email, get him over here in a few minutes, and he can bless some holy water for me. But in that amount of time, the demon could become really strong and destroy me. But again, say it with me, Nathan has no problem hitting children if they're trying to kill him. It's just a fact. There's nothing wrong with self-defense, even if it is a little child. But this one's possessed by a demon, so it's even more warranted. You know, and you know, there's this part in the movie where she turns her head all the way around, and if she tries that move on me, yeah, I'm gonna be like, ugh, nasty. But she's not. You know, you can't attack someone like this. So, you know, she's coming at me, hands, you know. Some nonsense like that, and I'm going spine, 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 and then my friend Deacon is giving me that holy water, and I'm going yeah, and she's just done. Like, and then he blesses the demon out of her, and the demon's like, damn, you win this time. And then the little girl wakes up, and I didn't see the demon. I didn't see the demon come out of her, and I just knock her out, you know? Grudge girl would kick her ass again. Like, she's kind of possessed, I guess, but it's still a girl, and she's so stupid she doesn't know how to walk. She's crawling on the ground. She can't speak. All she does is go or whatever the hell she does. You know, that's easy pickings. Like, I can easily bonk Negan the heck out of her. And just like, you know, you're calling towards me, I'm like, Yeah. Boom! Whack-a-mole. Done. Like, no chance. Next. Wolfman. He's kicking my ass. Like, personally, you know, there's a chance that I could survive. Just like there's a chance that I could beat any of these guys, but it's so slim that I wouldn't dare put it in the might kick my ass. Like with Frankenstein, he's a bumbling buffoon. I could trick him easy, but the Wolfman is a werewolf. Werewolves can only be killed by silver bullets and when they're human, basically. And they're super fast, they're super strong, and they're savage. So, you know, the only chance I have is waiting until morning, and then he turns back into a regular dude, and I kill him. Or I somehow, I don't know how hard silver is to find. It's not in Minecraft, so I don't really know. That was stupid. Anyway, I don't know the chances of me getting a silver knife or a silver bullet, not stainless steel, not the color silver, but an actual silver bullet is just so slim. You know, maybe I could, you know, paint one silver and it could act like a placebo until he realizes it wasn't real, in which case, you know, he would probably be even more angry. But like, you know, I just don't have a chance. It's a tough world out there. Unfortunately, werewolves don't have that much mercy, you know? It's hard. It's really hard. But now, we come at probably the worst one on this entire list, and I saved her for last for good reason, because I want you to know how terrifying she is. Some of you may not know who this is. Some of you may think, oh, I know her, but I don't know where from. And some of you might have just had an unlocked memory, but I never forgot about her. She was never locked in my memory. I never had that luxury. She always lurked in the shadows. She mocked me every episode, looking at me, telling me stories, and I know she used her victims as inspiration. She was evil. But I had to keep watching to make sure my friend was safe. Bear, mouse, younger bear, all in that big blue house, and she was everywhere. She's probably with you right now. She's with me right now, and I can't bear to look at her. Shadow from Bear in the Big Blue House is the worst monster I've ever seen in my life. And I say this, and I'm actually 100% serious. When I was a child, I had nightmares about her so often that I thought they would never end. When I finally rediscovered this memory and saw her, I was paralyzed because I remembered every single piercing horror, the mocking, the dancing. She's in a pose right there. It's the only picture I could find. I can't find a humiliating picture of her because she knows that will only make me fear her less. For when she's in those mocking poses, it just makes my stomach queasy. She could give any of these guys a run for their money. They couldn't run from her. They can't kill her. She's unkillable. Don't you understand? She will outlive all of us. She will outlive me. She will outlive your kids. She will outlive your kids' kids. She will never die. Until there is no light in this universe, she will move on. And for that reason, she's going and ripping me a new one for real. But let it be known, my friends, I will not go down as easily as I go down with these. I will fight my enemy to the death. I will fight her till the very end, till my breath is still breathing its breathy breath. But there's no chance. And I know one day she'll decide that I am just not worth keeping around. And she'll kill me. Just like she did all the others. I'm sorry, I had to share this with you. God save us. God save us, please. Well, that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, share it. It helps me grow. If you actually want to do this tier list, I did actually make this one specifically for this video. You won't get the Annihilating with Extreme Prejudice or Ripping Me a New One for Real, but if you click these settings, you can add a row below and above, and then you just click it to edit. I'm sure you guys know this already. You've been on tiermaker.com. It's a very great website. So yeah, the link for this will be in the description below. And if you want, you know, my Twitter's at the bottom of it. If you want to hit me up and tell me how you put it, and you know, I'll respond. You know, there's not many of you guys who would do it, so obviously I'm not gonna just ignore you. But yeah, next video, spooky season's over, and it's kind of neutral season until December, in which we get jolly. But next video is gonna be a review. I hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.